Now check this out. Picked up a Jackson hay fork and this badass grapple, 4-tine grapple. So we're gonna get this thing hung up. And in time, we're gonna get this thing reconditioned, restored, and make it look really nice. Mounts right up there on the trolley track. And what's even cooler is right here inside the barn. Let me show you. So this is what remains of our harvest last year. The sheep have been eating on that through the winter, but what's super cool, probably honestly my most prized jewel of buying this whole property with this barn is that little unit right there. It's an authentic, original hay trolley. Seems to be pretty much intact. Now I've lived here over almost 2 years now, and I've been eyeing that thing up. I've never even gone up and looked at it. But the track is in pretty darn good shape. It might need a little bit of upkeep, but sure enough, man, that's the way this barn was designed. That whole upper chute right there would open up, and then they would bring the hay in. And right now I'm kind of using this upper storage area just for some bicycles and snowboards and junk like that. But ideally, if I can get that thing working, we will actually use it to load hay from outside up here onto that loft, and then I can free up all this barn space in here instead of having it in a pile on the corner. We can have it all up there. How freaking sweet would that be? And in time, I pretty much cleaned out all of the hay. It doesn't look like it right now because there's a little bit of hay left, but I pretty much cleaned up about a foot of hay all the way across this entire barn down to the dirt. And so at some point we will get this fully cleaned out, get some of this junk organized and put it elsewhere, but I'm not sure if I might pour in a concrete floor in here to the barn. Maybe just crushed gravel, not really sure. But anyway, we're gonna climb up there and get that trolley down. The tricky part, honestly, is the fact that to actually get that trolley removed from there. But how cool is that gonna be when we can actually get it operational? Now, if you don't know anything about these Jackson forks and hay trolleys, typically they were used and designed in the mid 1800s and early 1900s, and they were around before the advent of the bales of hay balers. So basically they would just bring in megatons of hay right inside here and then just drop it, loose hay, just drop it in piles. And so it'll be pretty neat to see if we can actually get that thing working. Got a couple pulleys and stuff around here and different things, and yeah. This barn has been standing here probably since about 1928, so almost 100 years. So it'll be kind of neat to actually get that thing up and working. Climbing up heights this high on a ladder is always just some of the most dangerous stuff I do around here at the farm. At least the hay will break my fall if I go that way. All right, pretty stable up here. Look at that view from up here. Dude, it is high. We're only part way there. The only way I would trust this ladder is because I'm holding on to this board there, and this whole ladder is lashed to the board. So it was just held in here by nails or something. There ain't no way I'd be up here on that, but we are up here at the tippy top, and it is high, dude. Check this thing out. Okay, it still rotates. Yeah, it's all intact. I mean, for the most part, hopefully it's in good enough condition, but we may have to, I'm gonna lubricate these nuts and whatnots because we may have to pull that. Look at how far down that is. Unbelievable. Holy smokes. Guess what I just spotted from this perspective? Secret little stash spot for some eggs right on the top of the hay pile. You can kind of see how it's attached. These straps on each of those boards. They're there's the condition of the track. Probably will be usable. So it's pretty secure, but anyway, she moves, she rolls. I think we're gonna have to dismantle these bolts though to get it down. So I'm lubricating them. We'll give it a little while to soak. I'll come up here with hopefully just a couple of wrenches, and we can get her pulled apart. All right, friends, here we are. The next day, give this thing a little bit of time to soak. We try to attach a vice grip on the one nut and turn the other side. Big wrench. That's not gonna work. Okay, there's sweet. One nut coming off. Nice. But that might work. Oh god, yeah, she does not want to budge. Hopefully that works according to plan. So I guess I'm going to be back up here with an impact gun. And I'll bet that should make relatively short work of getting the nuts off at least. Probably ought to bring a hammer too. Sweet. Nut comes out right quick in a hurry. This is what I like to see. Oh man. Let's hope. Oh yeah, nice. That one's almost off. I'm even hitting it. Washer. Something tells me she's going to want to fight me the whole way through this process. Son of a bitch. That's no good. There we go. Maybe. This side's wanting to come off. Oh yeah. We might be in business here. Just as precarious as could possibly be, though. Bam. I'll be searching for those parts for a little while. Hopefully there's only like 3 of them though. Just gotta get it up and over that. Set it on there. Won't fall. Oh man. Oh god. It's just about to wanna fly off and hit me. That's its next fucking move. Fly off, hit me, knock me down. Oh man. I don't know how heavy that thing is. I'm guessing about 30 pounds. So I'm gonna go down there. It's tied off right now, so I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna jostle it about, and hopefully she falls right off, kind of like it did a second ago, and then it'll hang down here a good 5 feet or something. But right now it can't fall all the way because it's tied off. we go. Nice. Here we have it. All right. Oh, cool. It's nice and dark in here. You can't see a damn thing, but it worked out pretty well. Retrieve these tools and camera. Then we got to reverse the whole project on the outside over there. It's going to be great. Way cool. It's even got a little bit of grease smudge on there. Grease smeg. If I can find a proper place to put this thing. We're gonna go check it out. Okay, so here we are. It got a bit of, I added a little bit of oil to it here a minute ago, but it got a bit of bird caca on it and some mud daubers. Must have really enjoyed using this as a home. But other than that, it totally functions and operates. So I'm going to take it over to the pressure washer and get it cleaned up and lube it. And then we're going to try to hoist it up into position and get it mounted up. So pretty stoked. Then I'll show you what I got done on the actual hay fork. Pretty cool. This looks like the original color was green. So when we get around to restoring it, we'll probably restore it right back to that color. Yeah, look at that. It's cool. Look it up and I'll show you how that works. So like I said before, the mechanism works. Okay, that's pretty great. Now the way it works is as it rides down this rail, when it reaches the little ramp that kicks off the side, it kicks that over, and that's what drops this whole hook out. And then as you reel up the rope through here and up here, as it comes back up, it locks itself back in place there. There we go. So real quick to show you what I ended up doing. Like I said, all this wood's gonna have to be replaced. So in the meantime, I lashed it together with some baling wire, and then I tightened up most all the nuts that I could. And yeah, that'll hold it together, keep it from falling apart while it's just up there on display for a little while. And funny thing is I ended up having to swap this whole hoop bar around because the last guy that put this thing together didn't understand how it worked. So I had to put the torch on this nut, loosen these things up, and then switch it around because the way the mechanism works here, okay, when you pull that down and you are able to get it to go forward, I tightened it up a little bit too much so it's not actuating at the moment. But I don't really want to go loosen all those things. But anyway, you can see on this side right here of this hoop bar, there's a ramp. On the other side, there's a flat spot. So the flat spot should be facing the hook when it's locked in, just like this. So now it's all pretty much secured, ready to go. Ready to be hung up on display, so I'm pretty psyched about that. Let's see if we can get that done today. Get this thing re-secured. There we go. So that's bundled back up, but very nice. It's got a nice swivel there, but it is able to rotate around whichever direction you want, and that'll follow these pulleys depending on where and how you want your hay dropped in the barn. So we got swiveling there, we've got swiveling here. All the pulleys are functional. It's awesome. Let me try to drop this down without injuring myself here. So it's riding along the track, and it would come in there, hit the little side ramp kick out deal, and the whole damn thing falls. Kind of wish this had a little keeper on it. I will be wiring in some of that wiring on there, but we'll keep that from falling out. But kind of a strange deal there. A little mushroom top, but also in excellent condition. HC921 Echo IM. Don't see any other brands on here though. IM is the brand, I guess. So anyway, as this pulls back up from the pulleys coming around, it just slaps right back in there. Pretty cool. And then when you're ready to, I guess when you're ready to dump the hay, this whole thing can stay up high in the top of the barn, and you just pull your string, your rope from this one, and then the whole thing's able to rotate down. Mildly dangerous if you're down below that area. I'm going to go ahead and go get the wrench and see if we can loosen that up so we can demonstrate how the Jackson fork actually works. Okay, so hoping we just loosen these up a little bit, we'll gain some actuation on the mechanism there. We should. As soon as it gets to the end out there, it drops this thing right away. There you go. It starts falling down. Somebody's holding the rope tightly. Oh, it's attached to a horse, a pulley, whatever. You get it all the way to the bottom. Release the mechanism. No, you don't even have to release the mechanism when it's down there on the ground. You just rotate it in, get your bales loaded onto it or your loose hay, and you just start pulling with the horse. It lifts the load all the way up until it pops back up in there. There you go. Like I said, we can rotate it around. It's got all the different motion that you might want. And once it's in position out there, inside the barn, pull down on that, and then there you go. There she dumps. Friends, so here we are up at the top of the peak, and I've been using that one pulley. I'm just got hung over the railing there, but we used that to heft it up here. Came up with these. Now it's just a matter of getting the track bolted on correctly, and you can see the ramp situation right here. It's a one-sided ramp, so it's got to be in the correct orientation to work properly. And yeah, I got one hand on the railing and no safety harnesses, so not advised. All right, and for archival purposes, for my research later, this is a view from the other end of the track. And you can see it's not, the hooks are not resting properly on the saddle things, and also right out here. So it's not quite straight, but I think we could straighten it out pretty easily. And part of the reason is because this whole door open that's supposed to swing down open, which can't because of my mural painting, it is pressing upward on the rail itself, offloading the hooks and whatnot. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, now there are probably two worst case scenarios if you find yourself messing around with one of these things that could happen. Number one, falling off a ladder that's about 30 feet high. That could ruin your whole day, or worse. Secondly, as I was describing earlier with the mechanism, okay, number one, you got to make sure you get that thing oriented properly so that when you need to, the wedge functions correctly. However, the second most dangerous thing is what I would say is if I don't put a stop lockout on that and I go ahead and hoist the entire Jackson fork up here, and I accidentally or mistakenly forget and pull that thing out without slack on that, with slack on that rope, that entire thing could come crashing down on anybody, and you know, that could be a bad deal, or destroy it as well. So what we've done here is just I've put a lockout so it can't go out far enough to actually hit that stop. Then I'm gonna slide this guy out here and adjust that. Now, when we finally reach a point where we're actually making this thing fully functional, we'll have to remove these and deal with a rope being constantly secured to the side of the building or something. So anyway, we're getting ready to hoist this thing up here, and I've got it moved off out that far because I don't really know how far out I want it to hang, you know, the fork once it's up here. That's just a caution I would give you. We got everything lubed up, and yeah, let's see if we can hoist this thing up here. The hard work is done. This is the exciting part. Sorry for the mess. Dumpsters over here, got a couple screen doors, a bunch of junk, but added a little tie off, wire tie to that, which hopefully will keep that thing from ever being bucked off in the wind. But there we go. It's just about time to hoist this thing up there. I'm going to tie it off to the four-wheeler and use that as a horse to heft it up. Right on. That's freaking awesome. Look at that bad boy. Good spot for it. Now, I don't think I want to tuck it back here too far. I'm going to leave it hanging out there. The further out, the better, probably. Pretty heavy item. I mean, it might, well, it might get stuck in the wind and twist itself completely around. So, what I was thinking I was going to do is just tie a little chain, you know, to right about here, just right through here, or one of those two, so it can't go too far and can't get itself twisted. So probably end up doing that, but pretty awesome. Pretty neat that it works the way it's supposed to, and it's all complete now. Kick ass, man. You want to give it a good check on that, and then we will take this rope off and take this ladder down and get the heck out of here and get on with my day. Got some real stuff to do now. Totally awesome. Alright, at this point we're gonna cut her loose. You know, I'll put that one chain on here to kind of tie it to the wall, but I'll also probably wrap a chain around from here over the top. Just a small, if I can go down and get a small black one, so it's not shiny. I won't be able to see it so much, so that should keep it all nice and secure. No-handed on the ladder, 30 feet up. Super awesome. Okay, that's it. Cutting loose. That's all she wrote about that. Probably rotate that like that so people can kind of see the little rollers there. See and appreciate that it's a whole complete trolley. Pretty awesome. Our work here is done. Okay, looking nice and proud. Awesome. Looks way cooler.